Stop. If you're thinking about moving to Chicago to be an actor, this video is for you. Here are the 10 things you need to know before you move to Chicago. Hey y'all, and welcome to MT's Corner with Myesha-Tiara, and I'm Myesha-Tiara, professional actress, director, theater owner, and content creator. On my channel, we discuss all things acting, centered around the Black acting experience, from my opinion, to movie reviews, to acting advice, and much more you'll find right here. So, join your girl in the corner. We have some things we need to discuss. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so you can see me on your timeline every time. Number 10, there are only 2 seasons in Chicago, and that's winter and construction. Now, if you don't know, it is the Windy City, and it's not called the Windy City for nothing. It's winter right now, and it is freezing cold, okay? Chicago can get below 20 degrees, negative 20 degrees. Do you hear me? Freezing. It rains ice here. There are times you will have to dig your car out of the snow, but thankfully, I have had help numerous times for passerbys, okay? There is winter, and there is construction. Now, when it comes to construction, what I mean is at any given time, there will always be a project happening on the street, on the highway, on the expressway. There is always a construction project happening. And trust me, they're never done. They never get done. It never seems like anybody's construction project ever ends. I moved here 4 years ago, and they are still working on some of the same expressways that they were working on when I first got here in 2017. Y'all, it's 2022. Number 9, know where you want to move. It's all about doing your research. Now, I'm going to say do your research a few times in this video, but it is so important to do your research. It changes so much depending on what area you decide to live in Chicago. Now, me personally, I'm more of a Southern girl, and I wanted to be around more people that also resembled me. However, there are also so many neighborhoods that you can move into. There's Hyde Parks, there's South Shore, there's Lincoln Park, y'all, there are so many places that you can move, but do your research. Find out the demographics in that area. Find out the crime rate in that area. Find out where is the closest transportation in that area. That's a big thing people do not pay attention to. You have to know which way you can go to get on the bus, to get on the subway, if it's going to be hard for you to get an Uber in that area. Research all of the pros and cons of where you're thinking of moving, and then weigh that out in your determination. Also, decide how far away are these places from most of the acting auditions that you're going to be receiving. We're doing a lot of self-tapes right now, but once you book the gig, guess what? You got to actually travel to it. Number 8, Chicago is a theater city, honey. And what that means is at any given time, before the pandemic, there were over 250 theaters in Chicago, ranging from a number of different things. You can find your niche when it comes to Chicago theater. You will find something you thoroughly enjoy no matter what. Whether it is doing broadsword, dancing with theater, immersive theater, murder mystery companies, dinner theater, regional theater, equity theater, Chicago is a theater city, honey. That means that if you're an actor moving to Chicago, it will behoove you to get some theater training if you haven't already gotten any, and to learn the ins and outs of the theater industry, because a lot of these agents and industry people go to see theater plays, and a lot of the actors that you'll see in some of the TVs and film shows that get streamed to Netflix, streamed to Primetime, all these other places, guess what? Some of these actors have been doing some regional and equity theater in Chicago. So remember, Chicago is a theater city. Number 7, join the Facebook groups that center around the area you want to move in. That is the quickest and easiest way for you to find people that are like-minded like yourself, and you can find events in the area. That's where you can get to know people. If you're moving by yourself like I did, I moved completely by myself. I had no family here when I moved to Chicago, and I was able to create my own family from the people that I met. I joined a couple Facebook groups. I joined events, I went out into the city, I explored, and I found some lifelong friends. So make sure you join those Facebook groups that actually are centered around the area you live in so that you can know what's going on in the area you live in so you don't feel excluded, but you feel like you're becoming an appreciator of the community you live in and you're not just a transplant. Number 6, join Facebook groups for actors, playwrights, and directors that are based in Chicago. That is going to be some of the quickest ways you're going to find about auditions, premieres of shows, help with monologues, help with scenes, help with writing, anything you can think of under the sun. You have to join these groups. And there are specific groups that are catered specifically to Chicago-based entertainment. So when you go on Facebook, go in that search engine, Chicago actors, Chicago black actors, Chicago anything, just Chicago theater, Chicago directors, Chicago playwrights. You'll find so many groups that are centered around these people and these activities, and you can find your tribe. Honestly, I was able to find some amazing people in my own tribe, and one of the most amazing groups I was able to join, which was a black actress group in Chicago. These ladies come out to support like no other. When I first moved here, these women were at pretty much every single show that I've performed in. I've gone to visit other people's shows. I've had people help me with monologues. I've helped other people with monologues. It's where you can bond with people that are like-minded like yourself. And it also quickly indoctrinates you into the culture so that you don't feel ostracized and you don't feel alone, especially if you're moving by yourself and you're not moving in with a roommate. Number 5, know your brand. Now, I know people say that all the time, like, know your brand, know your brand, know your brand. But before you move to Chicago, know your brand when it comes to the entertainment industry so that you can get a head start on doing what you want to do. Granted, our brands evolve so much, so it's always a constant change or adding an extra slash. For myself, I'm an actress, director, and a content creator. So that's how I market myself in the Chicago area. And I am really into dramatic work. I also do some comedy here and there. I just started TikTok, so that's where most of my comedy will be. But knowing your brand and knowing what kind of actor you want to be, knowing what kind of roles you want to go out for, which is also very important. Those are things I've talked to with my agents about what I want to actually be seen for, what I think I'm capable of doing, what I want my brands to be, what I want my filmography and my resume to say about me and the kind of actor I am and the kind of roles that I take on. So this is something that you're going to have to sit down with yourself and really figure out for yourself. But I feel like if you get a head start on that before you get here to Chicago, that can truly help you finding out which niche you're supposed to be in and which area of exploration that you want to jump right into where you don't have to sit and think for too long of, man, should I go to this audition or should I not? Is this something I like? Figuring out what you like ahead of time can really help you when it comes to narrowing down what you want to do and what you want to be seen as an actor. Number 4, headshots. Now, don't get up in arms. There are headshot specials going on in Chicago, honestly, at any given time. We have some of the best headshot photographers I personally have ever seen, okay? They range so vastly in price and style. Find and read, like I said, research what kind of headshot photographer you want. Granted, just like with Facebook groups, you can find that there. You can ask those questions there, but you can also Google. Google is our friend, people. You can put in Chicago headshot photographers. So many people will pop up. Look through their website. See if what they're doing is something that you feel will best showcase yourself so that you can get a headshot that speaks to who you are, that speaks to your brand, that gives you a head start on these auditions, because you will get auditions. They want to see what you look like. So make sure you're getting your headshot in space and time the way you need it to be. Now, don't worry if you don't have one yet. Like I said, if you come to Chicago, trust me, there are so many headshot photographers. You're going to find someone to take a picture of your face. Number 3, TV and film is on the rise here in Chicago. We have so many shows that are filming here constantly that I think a lot of people don't even realize. We have Chicago Med, Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, Southside, The Chi, the 4400. That is just naming a few TV shows that we have running right now, okay? Shows that have been picked up for second seasons and third seasons. There are so many shows in Chicago that are being filmed here. I'm telling you, you have to really, like I said, research, look up the shows that you might be interested in auditioning for, and finding a way for you to get a head start on that branding and on those headshots of what that kind of show is looking for. If it's a show that's more gloomy and dark and that's something you're into, think about that for your headshots. If it's a show that's more happy and chipper, or it's a comedy, think about that for your headshots. But know that TV and film are honestly on the rise here. There are so many great casting agencies that cast some of the best feature films you've ever seen and some of the best indie work you've ever seen, as well as TV shows. And don't sleep on commercials. Chicago is also a big commercial area as well. Commercials and voiceovers. Those are some things that people don't really think about when they're starting out, but be aware that commercials and voiceovers, they're also constantly casting for that in Chicago. So even though Chicago is a theater city and you're going to see so many theater shows, so many theaters in general when you're walking all these storefronts, remember, TV, film are on the rise here. There are so many shows that are being produced here, that are being filmed here. So make sure you do your due diligence and do your research if you're interested in being in any of these shows, so you can get a head start before you get here and just know exactly what lane you want to stay in. Whether you want to be just a theater artist, or whether you want to be just a TV artist, a film artist, a commercial artist, a voiceover, or a couple of slashes because I know for myself, I do theater, I do TV, I do film, I do commercial, I do voiceover, I do print work, I do it all. So figure out what lane you want to be in. And there's nothing wrong with just doing one thing. That's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with doing more than one thing. Figure out what niche you want to bring to the table and that you're most interested in. And guess what? It can change. If you change your mind a month from then when you move to Chicago, that's fine. A year from now, you want to rebrand and you don't want to do this, you want to do that, that's fine. We're creatives. We're always evolving. So don't ever feel like, man, I've changed my mind, but how can I possibly market this? How can I possibly market myself? How can I possibly be what I've always wanted to be as an artist? It's possible. It's doable. Don't stress it. Number 2, research your agents. Research. I moved here in February 2017. I had an agent by June 2017, and that's because I was doing my research before I ever got here. I looked up agencies that I was interested in that could work with where I was as an actor at that point in time, with the work that I'd already done and the work that I was moving towards. Research these agents. Figure out which works best for you. I got my agent in June 2017, and guess what? I switched agencies literally in the midst of a pandemic because I wanted to go a different direction in my career, and that's okay as well. Don't feel like you have to stay with one agent if you feel like another agency may be working towards something you're more interested in, or they're getting more of the shows you like. But also remember, agents are doing the best that they can for you. However, if you ever feel like this isn't the place for me, don't be afraid to speak up and end on cordial terms. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I don't think this is for me. I think I want to go in a different direction. And never, ever let an agency, a manager, or anybody guilt you into staying. Make a decision for yourself, because at the end of the day, you're the only person that's in control of your career. So don't ever be afraid to stand up for yourself and stand up for what you want to do in your own career. Remember that. And number 1, have fun. Like, I feel like that's the one thing that so many artists forget to do. Yes, you want to move to Chicago. You want to be an actor. You want to be in all these shows. You want to do this. You want to do that. You want to network. You want to go and run. You want to go so fast that sometimes you don't even enjoy the process of where you are. Enjoy getting those auditions. Enjoy getting those callbacks. Enjoy just hanging out by the river, by the beach, by the lake. Enjoy, the food trucks. Enjoy the nightlife. Enjoy the snow if that's your thing. It is not my thing, honey. I stay in the house. But if that is your thing, enjoy that. There are always so many pop-up shops, so many events, so many free events happening in Chicago. So live a little. Don't sit here and just say, I came here to be an actor, and that's all I'm focusing on, because guess what? You're going to get burnt out so quickly. Enjoy yourself. Chicago is a beautiful city filled with so many colorful people, so many different cultures, so many ethnicities. Learn about yourself, evolve, figure out where you want to be, what you want to do. But at the end of the day, no matter all the 10 things I've said that you should do, at the end of the day, you have to do what is best for you. But while you're doing what is best for you, do not forget to have fun. Now, if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Kudos to you. I think you are amazing. I appreciate you so much for watching my 10 things to know before you move to Chicago, honey, as an actor. Okay, so if you want to give me a like, comment, share, or subscribe to my channel, I always, as usual, as my intro said, I focus on the Black entertainment industry as well as what I do in that industry, and my advice that I can give you, any gems that I could drop your way, is always what I'm going to do, because I'm all about paying it forward and pulling my hand down to help the next person up right behind me. So I will see you all next time. This has been Myesha-Tiara with MT's Corner. And hey, remember, you moving to Chicago? Bundle up, honey, because it be snowing.